Hey, so I was just thinking, what's the beginning of when one becomes an alcoholic or drug addict? What are the signs? And I think in my particular case, a little window into what was to come was my constant pilfering of my mom's supply of wine. Now, my mom was a wine addict, a winette, and not a connoisseur. She believed in the value of plain rap. And beginning as early as I can remember, she had a little deli in the old neighborhood that we grew up in El Sereno called Joe's. And Joe's had all kinds of amazing cold cuts and fresh breads and pastas and, bulk beans, all kinds of, staples that were necessary to keep a kitchen well supplied. Now, of course, being Italian, there was quite a supply of red wine. So Mom always came home from that deli with a case, or perhaps 2 cases of 4-gallon jugs of red wine. And I don't remember a brand. I do remember there were green bottles, and they came in a cardboard box with a little divider in the middle. And they sat in the breakfast room on the desk where she had her bills and recipes. And in the kitchen, next to the toaster, was a jug of this wine. Well, whenever she came back, or whenever she opened a new bottle of wine, I'd wait a few days, and I had a habit of collecting mayonnaise jars. Whenever a mayonnaise jar was finished, I'd wash it out really good and I'd stash it in my room. Well, I used those mayonnaise jars to collect wine. I would pilfer a little off of my mom's stash as I saw, I could get away with without it being discovered. And at one point I must have had 10 jars of Best Foods mayonnaise, clear glass wine canisters filled in my closet, like 10 little Indians up on the shelf that no one knew about. So I think that might have been a little window into my insanity. Now, the funny thing was I never drank any of them, and not at least in the beginning. I gave a couple to Warren Hunter, who was a couple of years older, who went away on a scout trip, and that got me some recognition. But one time, my buddy Charlie Beagle and I, we broke into one, and we got a little silly. So I continue to do that, and I don't really remember consuming the wine, but definitely saving the wine and gathering the wine was something that no one told me to do that. I just instinctually knew one always had to have a stash. So that's on that story. Thank you.